Hey everybody, we're gonna take a look at these hands-off protests. We're gonna watch a video from Baltimore, and then we're gonna check out some pictures and just kind of talk about what's been going on. But here's a video from the Baltimore
We the
protest just on
people
Saturday.
hear us roar in numbers too large to ignore.
April 19th, 250 years to the day of the start of the American Revolution.
'Cause we've heard it all before.
A day of remembrance.
And 10 years ago today, Freddie Gray was murdered by the Baltimore Police Department. Shame!
A day of action.
We have seen Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia illegally kidnapped in his home with no criminal charges and sent to a mega prison in El Salvador. Shame!
A day of protest.
And recent estimates from the Department of Homeland Security say that they have deported over 100,000 people since Inauguration Day. Shame!
I like that little caterpillar with the Nazi signs. That was pretty cool.
So many voices gathered.
Trump crossed a red line. Organize now or found out who's next. Yeah?
For so many reasons in Baltimore.
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, these are men who made their fortune on breaking the backs of workers, exploiting us for all they could.
And across the country at over 400 locations nationally to make their voices heard.
Social Security and even weekends weren't granted to us because our bosses were feeling generous. These things were won because workers and oppressed people organized mass movements that were capable of forcing the ruling class's hand. These were concessions to the strength of the people.
With the city.
Okay, yeah. So, what does this say? Like I said, this is the second national protest that we've had. So, what does this say? It says that people are starting to wake up. People are starting to realize that this game that they've been playing for God knows how long, really since the beginning of time, that the ruling class has been playing over us to divide and conquer, to pit us against each other. It's not working like it used to, and it's not going to work anymore. You know, the ruling class at the moment really wants us to look down on the immigrant and look down on trans people, and instead, you know, we all have to unite. These are our comrades in arms, just like everybody else. So this is really what shows me. This is millions of people. So this isn't just card-carrying socialists. This isn't just liberals. This is so many people, independents, conservatives, I'm sure, just everybody from every walk of life that is sick and tired of the Trump regime and what they've been doing. Their slashes to Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, their dismantling of our Department of Education, of the of all of our social safety nets, of our national parks, of our air traffic controllers, of our scientists, of our DEI departments. Really, there's so much stuff they've destroyed. It's like I can't even really keep up with it. But it shows that people are really starting to wake up against the problem, which is the oligarchs, the billionaires, the ruling class, the bourgeoisie, these people that have been against us and do not care about us, and it's really starting to show. So we're going to take a look at some pictures. So here's Hands Off Democracy. We got a bunch of people. I guess it's just like a small amount of people compared to the millions that were out in all 50 states, all of our major cities. Unfortunately, I couldn't join the protest, being at work, but, you know, if you have breath in your lungs and you're fighting, then you're protesting. So make sure that you try to do it as much as you can. Hands off. Let's see. Hegseth is a DEI hire. Never again is now. You know, it's so funny. We said, and you know, the Israelis also said never again to the genocide, to the mistreatment, and this is really, we're just living through history. Resist, persist, repeat. don't tread on me. Yeah, it's like the left Tea Party. This is crazy. Bans off our bodies, hands off free speech, schools, data, Social Security, our bodies, public lands. Yeah, pretty much everything. From musk to dawn, we will fight on. Okay, that's kind of cute. So again, like if we look to all these people, you know, what do we all have in common? We're from so many different walks of life, so many different beliefs, so many different ideals, but we all see the truth. We all are starting to see, everyone is starting to see the truth of the matter, which is that the oligarchs and the billionaires and the ruling class are against us. We're basically at war right now, and it's not going to be fought, you know, with guns and bloodshed. It really has to be fought on the ground, with us letting these people know that we outnumber them, because they don't want to fight us. We have too many people, so they need to know that we have the power. See, look, we tariff penguins, but not Russia. That is hilarious on many different levels. You know, why don't we? We've basically become like the axis of evil. Why would we tariff Russia? They're like one of our biggest allies. But fuck them penguins. We the people banner. Fraud, waste, and abuse. Right, we got Don, J.D. Vance, and Elon. Greed. Elon with his, you know, Elon taking his $6 million a day from the American public. I think people are starting to realize, you know, once they wake up to these facts, they can't help but turn against the people that they may have even voted for, or may have even wanted in the first place. You know, we got to take this as a W. Leftists and progressives, man, we got to take this as a W, because even though we did lose the election and by a small margin, but a lot of these people that are going to be coming out are going to be people that voted for Trump, and we need to welcome them with open arms. You know, we can't just sit and fight these people because, you know, they voted for the wrong person and they made a mistake. We have to let them, you know, if they realize what they did was a mistake, and they didn't do it maliciously. Not everybody that voted for Trump is just a horrible person, a racist, a misogynist, whatever, what have you. No, these are just normal people. They were down on their luck, and the Democrats were giving them any answers, and I don't really blame them. But now we have to give them the answers. So what are the answers? The answer is the ruling class, the billionaires, you know, Trump, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. These people are the enemy. These people want us dead. These people want us afraid, and they want us fighting each other. And so when we stand up by the millions, and really get up and stand up and fight, we hold all of the power. So I hope that this hands-off protest, they keep continuing throughout the country. I hope we keep on fighting. And I'm really proud of all the Americans that, and especially in this day and age, they're putting a lot on the line by coming out to protest. They're putting a lot on the line. You know, they're putting, you know, their freedom at stake, because of course it starts with the illegal aliens, but sooner or later, if they get bold enough, they're going to be deporting their political enemies as well. So I'm really happy to see America doing something like this. It makes me proud. Everybody needs to fight and protest in their own way, any way that they can, if you can, and we will get through this together as long as we stay together.